Hey guys, happy Wednesday. My name is Annie Spano. I am the founder of Style Collective, which is a platform for female influencers to connect with each other, learn and grow, and learn how to be successful bloggers and entrepreneurs. Tonight we are going to be talking about monetizing your blog with tangible, actionable steps and real-world guidance. Plus, we have a worksheet download for you on the Style Collective website. This blog post that we have on the site is for members only, so if you are not a member of Style Collective, then stay tuned and hang out with us and learn about how you can make money as a blogger and why you need this monthly income goals worksheet that we have for you in this post, and then maybe you can think about joining. It's only $10 a month or $99 a year. Yes, send me your money emojis if you are excited to learn about how to monetize your blog. If you've been working on this for a while, then this is for you. If you are just starting out, then this will really be great for you to hear the big picture of where you will be going in the future with your blog. Yes, Miami was so much fun. I just got back last night. I'm a little tired today. I'm not going to lie. I'm struggling a little bit, but I'm going to make it through this live and then I'm probably going to go to bed. But Miami was a lot of fun. I can't wait for you guys to hear the podcast next Monday, August 7th. It's going to be really awesome. Not next Monday, but the Monday after. All right, so let's get started. Okay, so this post went live today on Style Collective, and we're going to be talking about how to make money with your blog. And the first thing that we need to talk about as a blogger is that it's really important for you to have multiple streams of income. So successful entrepreneurs, I think the quote is billionaires or million, I'm not sure the exact quote, but the average number of revenue streams that a successful entrepreneur has is 7. Okay, so think of how you can create 7, at least up to 7 different revenue streams for yourself as a blogger. You don't want to be relying on just one form of monetizing because you're putting yourself at risk. Okay, that's a business risk to you. If something happens, like Instagram shuts down and you're relying on Instagram for making money, then what are you going to do? If you're only using reward style and they go out of business, what are you going to do? So you can't just rely on one avenue to make money. You can't just put all your eggs in the brand sponsorship basket and 100% of your income or 90% of your income is coming from sponsored content through your blog or through Instagram. There's other things that you need to do to diversify your income, and that's what we're going to talk about tonight. So the goal, before we jump into how to monetize your blog, we need to talk about the blog because the blog is the foundation to all of this. And I get a lot of questions about how do I grow my blog? How do I make money from my blog? And yes, making money is great. Making money is a byproduct of what you do. Okay, so your goal is not to make money. Your goal is to do something that is a value add to the people that you're helping, creates value, and you're helping and you're serving other people, and the result is money. Okay, that's a byproduct of what you do. That is the number one rule in successful business, and is the number one thing that I learned in business school and that I've heard over and over through my career. Okay, so you serve others, you provide value through products or services, and the byproduct is revenue. That's a mindset that you need to have if you want to be successful in this space. You cannot go into a blog saying, I'm a stay-at-home mom, I have kids, this is a great way to make money. How do I make money? Sign me up. No, it doesn't work that way. I'm sorry. And I don't mean to be mean or, I'm a blunt person. I'm a straight shooter, and that's how it is. You have to have a different mindset. Otherwise, you're not going to be happy. You're going to find yourself chasing money, and you're not going to feel fulfilled. You're only chasing those extrinsic motivations, which is financial success. What about the intrinsic motivations? You have to be in it to help other people. That will fulfill you, and then the money will come later as you grow and you flourish and you perfect your craft on your blog. Okay, so think of your blog as your house. Okay, when you're building a house, you need a foundation. Your blog is your foundation. You have to start with great content, okay? And if you guys know that I'm all about this leadership, what am I trying to say? This leadership framework that I follow, that I interviewed my professor on the podcast a few weeks ago. And this framework is the framework that changed my life. Okay, so you have to think of your leadership as a compass. And at the very center is self-awareness. What is your story? What is something that you went through in your life that changed you, that shifted you, that helped you learn something that you could teach other people about? What is your story that's unique to you and only you? Okay, what are things that you've gone through, good things, bad things, that have made you appreciate something in life that you then want to teach to other people because it changed your life in a good or a bad way? Okay, so what is your story? How are you self-aware? That makes you stand out from everyone else in this very crowded space. And I did an interview today with Julie Solomon. If you guys know her, send me an emoji. But I interviewed her for the Becoming Fearless podcast, and I'm going to be on her podcast also, the Influencer podcast, and we talked about this a lot. Okay, we talked about this a lot. For standing out in a crowded space, you need to know your story. You need to know what makes you unique. You need to go deeper than the outfit of the day, because eventually there's, this influencer marketing, it's a bubble. We're in a bubble. And eventually all the superficial people, not superficial, but just like on the surface, showing your outfit, showing the designer this and that, showing this fabulous lifestyle, people are going to be over it pretty soon. And this bubble is going to pop, and what's going to be left are the people that are real, raw, authentic, sharing their true selves, being vulnerable, and really connecting with their tribe and with their audience. And you don't have to have a big tribe to be successful and make money. Okay, so that's the number one thing, self-awareness. This is in the compass, the leadership compass that I love. It's part of my framework that I follow. Okay, and then the next thing that guides your compass so that you stay on the path of true north is your values and your principles. Okay, what is it that you believe in? Do you believe in healthy eating because a parent died when you were young? Okay, that's me. All right. Do you believe in a healthy lifestyle, working out, taking care of your body, feeding yourself nutritious food? What are the things, the experiences, back to self-awareness, the story that you have, and what drives you? What are you passionate about? What gets you out of bed in the morning? What can you take and then share with other people to help them? Okay, so that's how you can think about your blog. How are you helping someone else on the other side of the screen? It's not a blog where it's like, me, look at my fabulous life, look at my outfit, look at my designer shoes. Okay, nobody cares. You have to think, why would someone read this? Why would someone care? Everything you write, everything you do has to be about the other person on the other side of the screen. Otherwise, they're not going to tune in. If I was doing an Instagram Live right now talking all about myself and I don't know, something that wasn't going to teach you anything, then you wouldn't tune in. Okay, you want to teach someone something on the other side. So really, that's the foundation of your blog. It's so important to go deeper and to know who you are, why you're different from everyone else, what's your unique differentiator from everyone else, what are your values, what are your principles, what are the things that you're teaching other people, and what can you call yours and only yours. Okay, so once you've laid this foundation for your blog, you can build your house. Okay, you can build the house. You can make a plan and you can stick with it. We have links throughout this post to help you figure out, is your blog a hobby? Is it a business? What do you want to do if you want to turn it into a business? If you want to take your blog full time, how can you make that happen? So we have those two posts linked within this as well if you want to do some additional reading. But there's some things that we need to talk about first if you want to achieve your goals and make money through your blog. So there's some technical marketing terms. The terms are CPM, cost per milli. So basically this section of the post talks about your pricing. This has to do with clicks or leads if you have advertising on your website or you're doing advertising for a brand. Essentially, when you're working with a brand for sponsorship, you're advertising for them. So what are you going to charge? One method is CPM. Okay, another method is cost per click. That's primarily with banner ads. Cost per action is another one. Advertiser pays you every time someone clicks something, they take an action. Click-through rate is another one when they click on an ad, and that's expressed as a percentage. So we won't spend too much time on these because it's kind of like the technical nitty-gritty, and we want to talk about the fun stuff, right? How to make money. So these are ways to determine your pricing, and you can go in on the post and read about this a little bit deeper and think about it and how it applies to you. Write it down, do some calculations if you're a numbers girl like me. Otherwise, you can leave a comment in the post. We can help you figure it out. But all that is in this post. We also have this in the How to Win at Pitching Brand Partnerships e-course as well. We have this breakdown in that e-course as well. So next is display ads. So this is one of the ways that you can monetize as a blogger. It's on your website. Basically, you see ads when you go on websites, and if somebody clicks the ad and they make a purchase or whatever the goal is that you determine with the advertiser, you can get paid for that. But as we all know, a lot of people use ad blockers. So using ads also takes away from the user experience. I mean, how annoying is it when you go on a website and you see all kinds of ads and you're trying to read something and an ad pops up in your face and starts playing a video, and it's so obnoxious. So it really ruins the user experience, which is another important part of your blog, the blog house that we talked about before. Making sure that it's easy for people to read your blog and enjoy their time while they're there and not be interrupted by really annoying advertising or pop-ups. But if you want to do display ads, you can do it in a tasteful way, but they may not be as lucrative because a lot of people have ad blockers. And I'm constantly reading in the media how websites are losing money, losing revenue because of ad blockers, and they need to figure out other ways to make money. Otherwise, they're going to go out of business. That's one of the reasons why the New York Times now has a subscription. Okay, that's a media. They have their media, they have their news that they put out, the articles that they put out, and you have to subscribe to get more than like 7 or 10 articles a month or something like that. And it's because they were losing so much money with declining ad revenue coming in. So that's one way to monetize. Sponsored work. This is the big one right now. The really big thing right now, sponsored brands. All I hear is, I want to work with brands. I want to work with this brand, that brand. Like, that's great. That's fine. But I hear it so much, and for me, it's a little overwhelming. It's not the only way to be successful as a blogger. It's not the only thing. You don't wake up each morning and get out of bed and say, yes, I want to work with a brand. I want to work with all the brands today. Like, that shouldn't be what drives you. It should be peppered into your content, and it should look organic, and it should look like it was hand selected. I mean, the best bloggers that I follow, they hardly do any sponsored content, and I love it. I honestly love it. I can't stand seeing sponsored post after sponsored post, and this is another one with the blogging bubble that if you're doing back-to-back sponsored content, people are going to fall off. And it's not going to be good for your business because it's a very short-term goal to be going after only brand work. If you're in this for the long term, you need to be really picky and selective about your brands. You also need to say no if they only want to send you product. Okay, this is a business. You're not going to pay the bills with a free pair of shoes. You need to negotiate and know your value, which we have the rates in this post about what you can charge. You can start low, and as you build your confidence and you build your tribe and you really get to know them and foster a relationship with the people that follow you, you can start to charge more, especially if more people are coming to you and you need to be picky now. Then it becomes a supply and demand issue. More brands want to work with you, you can raise your rates because now you're in more demand and you are fostering your tribe and your people, and brands are catching on to that. So be picky about working with brands. Don't take all the brands that come to you. All right, so when you do work with brands though, like we said in this post, you want to negotiate your rate. It takes a lot of work. You need a media kit, which we have on the Style Collective website, and you can fill that out yourself and add in all of your stats. You need a brand contact. We have the brand directory on the website, which has over 100 brand contacts that you can reach out to and pitch them. You also need a solid pitch, which we have a pitching e-course dedicated solely to writing pitches that work and convert and help you work with brands. You also are going to need, because you are a business owner, okay, we need to be professional, you need a contract. Okay, you absolutely need a contract. Every time I send a contract about something, I am so grateful that I sent that contract because now you're on the phone with someone and they're trying to negotiate with you after the fact. And it's like, no, no, no. You signed a contract and it's not my problem that you didn't read the contract. You are now legally tied to these deliverables. You cannot tell me that you changed your mind or you want to do something different. We have a contract, okay? So you need to protect yourself because this will happen with brands. They may come back to you and say like, oh, we changed their mind. We want to add this. We want you to do that, blah, blah, blah. That's scope creep. We don't want scope creep. We don't want them adding more things onto your plate when you've already agreed to one thing, okay? So you need to have a contract. We have a contract template on the website and we've linked it on this blog post as well. Okay, you also need to track your results. You need a plan on how to execute on what you said you were going to do or you weren't going to do. Our other e-course, How to Work with Brands Like a Girl Boss, that outlines all of the project management skills that you need. I still, to this day, the number one thing that I hear from brands when I work with them, like we work with brands all the time for our events that we host for our Style Collective members. Like the event we just had in Miami, we're planning an event for New York for Fashion Week. Okay, so I'm always talking to brands because we need sponsors, we need all these things. And the biggest thing is that communication, project management, okay? And like I get it, we're all busy, but you really need to sit down and read this course, How to Work with Brands Like a Girl Boss. There's a whole checklist. We also included that checklist with our August blog prep kit with the content download worksheet that we have, and it outlines every step of the way. Let the brand know that you received the item. Tell them when you're shooting the item. Send them a teaser photo. Tell them when you posted and send the link. Make it really easy. Keep the communication going because that seems so simple, but it makes you stand apart from everyone else who is being flaky, okay? I know we're all busy and it's really easy to fall behind or be flaky, or maybe you're working with too many brands. I don't know what the issue is, but just being a good communicator with a brand is so important, so, so important. And you will get repeat work with that brand because you have communicated to them. Even if you're late on something, send them an email and say, I'm so sorry, this came up. Is it okay if I post this tomorrow instead? Please let me know. Please advise. Just be professional, be courteous, okay? They're paying you. They are a client of yours. You need to treat them in a professional way. It's really, really important. And it's not that hard. It's not that hard, okay? So I'm done with my spiel, but that's what you need to do. We have that in an e-course. We have it as a printout. And then the other thing that you need to do, if a brand tells you that they only want to send you product, say no. Please let me know when you have a budget. If you don't have the budget right now, please keep me in mind for the future when you have a budget and we can work together in the future. Okay, don't reply with a negative message. Don't go into a Facebook group and start bashing the brand. Don't tweet about them in a negative way. Just, be professional. You don't know what's going on the other side of the computer. Maybe a brand truly doesn't have a budget right now, but they will in the future. And when they do in the future, who's going to be the one that they reach out to? The person that said F you basically in the email reply, or the one that said if you have a budget in the future, please let me know. I really love your product for XYZ reasons, and I would love to feature it in a post showing my followers ABC and present a clear example, and then they'll remember you when they need that help in the future. Okay, so just be nice. That's really what it comes down to. All right. Affiliate marketing is another popular one within this industry. And yes, I will be posting this to our YouTube channel once it is over. How long have we been going now? 20 minutes. We're almost done. All right, so affiliate marketing is another great way to make money from your blog posts. I have nothing against affiliate marketing. I think that some platforms are better than others. I think that some can be very cliquey and make you feel like you're not good enough if they won't accept you into their program. And then once they do accept you into your program, you have to post the exact same way as everyone else and be the same person and write the same thing. I don't know if everyone actually writes the same thing, but you're branded under their brand. You're talking about their brand, promoting their brand all the time, driving your followers to their website, to their app, to them. And I don't love that. It's not for me. That's my personal opinion. I'm not going to say which affiliate platform this is because I don't want them to send me hate mail, but I'm sure you guys all know which one I am talking about. But okay, so if you want to be part of an affiliate program, you can link things through your Instagram account, and then there's an app that you can use for that. Yes, that one is called Reward Style. They're Shop Style, and they have all kinds of things. I haven't kept up with it, but you can put the affiliate links in your blog. They have like snap emojis, and you can do a shop page on your website. There's all kinds of things that you can do with affiliate marketing. So basically, you can get like a commission. You can get commission for clicks. You can get commission for sales. And affiliate marketing is nice because if you have something that you really like and you want to recommend it, but you don't necessarily want to make it yourself and keep the inventory in your house, or have to use a drop shipper, you can link using Amazon, you can use Shop Style, you can use Reward Style if you're a member. There's also one called Whitley that we recommend through our website as well, and that's a great one. It's a browser extension. So there's all kinds of affiliate marketing programs that you can use, and you basically get paid a percentage of sales when someone clicks or makes a purchase. So that's good. I would say affiliate marketing is kind of like a bonus. Don't try to make that your main source of income because it can be unreliable at times. It depends on the number of people that are going to your website and are interested and are making purchases on your website. So that one can be, just think of it as a bonus, like a nice little bonus that you get every single month. All right, and then the last one, which is my favorite, services. Okay, sell your services, ladies. What is a service that you can offer that nobody else can offer? Okay, you really want to stand out in the blogging space? Well, this is the answer. Services. Okay, working with brands is great. That's not the answer. Okay, the answer is having your own product and service. What is it that you are really good at, that you're really passionate about? You have to be like back to the leadership compass. You have to be self-aware. You need to know your story. Okay, you need to know what makes you unique. You need to know your values and your principles. What's driving you? Okay, so when I had an ebook on my blog, I think it was it was a year and a half ago. I wrote it with my sister, and it was called The Monday Glow, and it was a healthy eating ebook. I partnered with some other bloggers in Style Collective. I asked them to review it for me on their blogs. We did like cross promotions on Instagram. I featured them in my newsletters. I featured them in I had created a Facebook group for it too. And we sold some ebooks. I think I had maybe 10,000 followers at the time, and my sister, she didn't have any followers. She didn't even have a blog. She just wrote it with me. But we sold some ebooks and we made some extra money on the side. And then I stopped promoting it because then I started working on some other projects. But I did that for a few months, and that was like my thing for a couple of months. I did it in January of 2016, right around the new year. Healthy eating was in. Okay. And that's what people knew me for a short period of time. Okay. So what is it that you can sell? My friend Courtney she's a member of Style Collective too. She has a membership, part of her blog, and you can get workouts downloaded on an app to your phone every single month. I mean, I use it every single day. One of my values and principles is that I want to live a healthy lifestyle because of my past experience with a parent dying at a young age. So that's very important to me. I subscribe to her workout programs that she has. She also has healthy eating meal plans because that's her thing. She loves empowering women through fitness and nutrition. That's her thing that she loves doing. If you like fashion, what is it that you love doing? I think that Erica is in this live right now. I was talking with her, I think 2 weeks ago, and she was telling me that she loves personal styling. So we talked about it, and we said, what can you do if you want to be a personal stylist local to your area? And how can you find people? Okay, so what are some of the ways that you can find people? What are some of the services that you can offer? What is something that you would just wake up out of bed every morning and do it for free because you love it? So personal styling, personal shopping, those are some of the things that she said. And that's a service that she is going to be working on the side. If you don't love those things, then don't do those things. So maybe you are also super talented at graphic design and you can do that on the side. Maybe you love Instagram. Okay, maybe you love / hate it, right? Love-hate relationship. Can you do some social media consulting on the side for other businesses, maybe other fashion boutiques that need your help and your expertise? If you love social media, then do that. If you love writing, you can be a freelance editor, freelance writer for other websites and get paid to write. I mean, maybe that's why you have a blog, because you love writing. Maybe you come out with tips for bloggers about writing and grammar and sentence structure and how to write great copy that converts or something. I mean, there's so many things. I could go on, but it's hard for me to just think of things out of the blue when I know a specific person and I get to know their story and really pick their brains about what is it that you believe in, what makes you unique, and how do you live your life, and what do you get excited about in the morning. Then that helps me to brainstorm ideas with that person. So you really have to do the work and sit down and go and download the leadership worksheets. It's in the episode with Dr. Barnett. It's on the website. And you really have to sit down and spend some time with yourself and think about what's my story? What do I believe in? What am I motivated by? All of these things that are part of the leadership compass. And you really need to do some self-work before you start thinking about your services and your products that you want to offer. So I'm going to stop there because we're already at almost half an hour. I think this is the longest live that I've done so far. But we do have at the end of the post, we have some other things in there as well about how to monetize. So went over most of it, but there's even more in this blog post about how you can monetize as a blogger. But those are some of the main things. And then at the end of it, we do have a monthly income goals worksheet that helps you track what are your goals, what are you bringing in each month, how is that split up, are you diversifying your income, and how are you tracking your progress every single month. And this is important too, especially if you are feeling discouraged, and you can save these worksheets from every single month. And then maybe a year from now, look back and be like, wow, this is where I was a year ago and this is where I am now. And I'm really being hard on myself and I'm beating myself up, but this is not a sprint, it's a marathon. There's slow growth, and what matters is you focus on your tribe and treating them well and giving them what they need, and people will spread the word organically. Okay, so that's the biggest marketing that you can have. That's how a Style Collective grows, and I was talking about it on the podcast today with Julie, and that's what she recommends too. So there's really no secret to growing. It just takes time, and you have to foster a community for your blog and really nurture people and give them value, and they'll help spread the word and help you grow. But just don't go into it with the number one goal being making money. That's not the number one goal. It's a byproduct. Making money is a byproduct of what you do. It shouldn't be your motivator because you're never going to be happy. You're always going to be chasing something that's not there. I can tell you that from personal experience. So, do you guys have any questions for me? That was a lot. But I will be posting this on our YouTube channel so that you can rewatch it later if you want to. You can take notes. We have the blog post on the website. So if you go to the homepage after you log in as a member, it's the first one under the homepage. It's also under resources. That's where all of our blog posts are. You can sort through them through category, try to figure out what you need, if you need social media help or SEO or monetizing like this. So do you guys have any questions? We're also writing an e-course about how to monetize as a blogger. So this is just touching the surface, and there's going to be even more coming this fall. We have quarterly e-courses. So the fall one is coming out soon. What point should you start turning down product? Which one should start turning down product? I don't know. Sometimes I say I think it depends on the situation. If you're getting something that you would have bought and you really, really want to work with them, and it would cost you thousands of dollars to make that purchase, and it makes sense and it's a good fit, then I think that you can take free product. I honestly think that building your blog and creating great content is the number one thing you should be focusing on. If someone is offering you product, then I think that means you're not quite there yet to be working with brands. That's what that tells me. And it tells me that you should go back to putting your head down and creating community, fostering relationships with your readers, and creating really good content that people are going to spread. So if a brand is offering you product, then I don't think you're quite ready to work with brands yet. That's my honest opinion. What else? Can anyone sign up to your network, or is there certain requirements? Bloggers that are primarily in the fashion and lifestyle industry. We have some beauty bloggers, some fitness bloggers, some travel bloggers, but not as many. And a lot of the feedback that I get for people that stay with Style Collective is that the content is really geared towards fashion and lifestyle bloggers. So if you're within that space, this will be really helpful for you. The other affiliate program is called Whitlee, Witlee. I like their stuff. What about doing giveaways on Instagram that aren't sponsored? I think what that means is like, do you mean like a brand asked you to do a giveaway for them, but they're not paying you for it? Or are you doing a loop giveaway with other bloggers where you all pitch in money together? I'm not sure. If you work with a brand and you charge one price, but you later grow, is it okay to adjust pricing later? Yes. Yes, it is. Because, think about inflation. Prices are always going up with the economy as the economy grows. So as your blog grows, you can charge more. It's all about economics. I'm about to switch to WordPress from Blogger. What do you suggest I say to brands who want to work with me during my transition? Are you going to have downtime? Is that why? If you're going to have downtime, just say like, oh, I'm revamping my blog. And or you could, even if you don't want to say that, you can just say, oh, my content calendar is full for the next month. I'm so full on sponsorships. I can't work with anyone right now, but I have space next month in September, so I can book you for September. You can always just say that if you don't feel comfortable saying that you're switching your blog. Yeah. Awesome. I'm glad that's helpful. Yeah, plus it makes you look like you have high demand, so that's great. Any other questions, guys? I will be posting this on our YouTube channel, which is if you go on the Style Collective website, it's the top left. There's a little YouTube icon. And yeah, the post on the website's awesome. Thanks. Big shout out to my team for putting this all together. This post was great. And then also the worksheet at the bottom, which you can print out and keep track of your monthly income goals. Do you have any advice to young bloggers, like say high schoolers? All right, high schoolers. All right, I think that starting a blog in high school is a great idea because you're able to brand yourself in an online space. And even if your goal is not to become a full-time blogger, it's something that you can do on the side while you're in college, or maybe not in college, whatever you decide to do after high school. It teaches you discipline, it gives you organizational skills, it keeps you current with social media and with trends. So I would say if you're in high school and you're starting a blog, look at it as a hobby. Don't think of your blog as your business. Think of it as your hobby. It's for your resume, it's for your experience, and it's for learning the landscape. Don't put that pressure on yourself if you're in high school. You should be focusing on school. You should be focusing on building meaningful relationships with your friends, finding what it is that you want to do in life, because it takes some time. I'm in my early 30s. I've changed careers 3 times now. I met this woman in Miami. Her name is Chuki, and she is in her 50s, late 50s, and she just recently moved to the United States 3 years ago and restarted her life and restarted a business here. So you're always restarting your life and your career, and don't put that pressure on yourself to start a blog that's making money when you're in high school. Look at it as a hobby and a learning experience. But I think starting a blog in high school is great. My highest income generator. All right, so here's the thing. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. For my blog and my website, anniespano.com, My goal is not to make money with it. Okay. My goal is to provide inspiration. Okay. My goal is not to provide services. I do have some services through my blog. I do consulting. I do speaking. I have the podcasts that I have to help people get to know me. But my goal for my blog is different. I don't use it as an avenue to make money. When I first started my blog 2 years ago, I did use it as a way to make money. And what I did is I did consulting. I did marketing consulting for a fashion boutique in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, which is up here where I'm currently living. And I leveraged my blog to pitch myself as a fashion expert and a marketing expert. And I wrote a pitch. I wrote a 20-page document explaining how I could help her. And I talked about this in the podcast, the Becoming Fearless podcast that's out this week. And so I did marketing consulting on the side through my blog for a local boutique and helped her with her events and her outreach and cross promotions. And I made money on the side. I made 5 figures of income while I worked full time on the side. So when I was trying to make money through my blog, I didn't do sponsorships. I didn't do advertising or affiliate links. I did my own service. So I had my blog for maybe 3 months or 6 months. I had my blog for 6 months and I made 5 figures of income on the side by having my own service. So that's why I say to you ladies, like having your own product and service, that's number one way to add value because no one else is going to be able to do what you can do. And also that's the easiest way that you're going to be able to make money sooner rather than later. And I don't know why more people aren't saying this, like have your own products and services, but really if you don't want to burn out and feel drained, like create great content, see what people are asking you for, what they go to you for, what are you an expert in, what gets you excited to get out of bed in the morning, and that's a product and service that you can eventually create for your followers and your readers or people local to you in your community. My service was local to where I was and what was needed at that time. So it's something that you're going to have. That's a good thing to point out. You're having trouble figuring out what your service is. It took me 6 months to figure out what my service was. It took me a while to figure it out. So just keep creating content, see what it is that you like doing, talk to people, network, ask questions, survey people, test things. Okay, so when I did my marketing consulting services, I didn't know if it was going to work. It was just an idea that I came up with out of the blue and said, let's see if this works. And it worked. So you have to test things, and you don't have to do it in a big way. You don't have to invest thousands of dollars and buy products. If you want to like have a fashion line, use a drop shipper. That's a really inexpensive way to have a graphic designer create something cute that you stick on a t-shirt and then a drop shipper ships it out one by one as people order it from Shopify. Shopify has 1 million drop shippers. So yeah, it'll come to you. You have to do the work. You have to be patient. You have to take the feedback, what people are saying, what they need help with. That's a lot of it. Like a lot of people that I talk to on the podcast say that people were asking them for this help or for these services or because they like went to this person because that's what they knew that they would be able to help with. So what is the thing that people keep coming to you for, that they keep asking you for help with? And is that something that excites you, that you could do every single day, that you could help people with? I find myself talking a lot about time management, productivity as a young mom of 2, like finding creative ways to balance work/life. So that's good. Keep talking about that. Keep asking your audience questions. Asking questions is really important, really, really important, because you can't just make it up in your head. You can't work in a silo, in a bubble, and say, this is what I think people want, and I'm just going to go and create it. You have to ask questions and create something that people want and need and solves a problem for them. So you're not going to know what that problem is until you ask them. You have to ask them. You have to get to know them. Give them your phone number. Talk to them on the phone. That's what I do. I talk to girls on the phone all the time outside of my consulting. But yeah, just got to talk to people. All right, so we are now 40 minutes in. Wow, this is like world record, longest Instagram live. Thank you everyone that stayed until the bitter end, but I will be uploading this onto YouTube. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will be back next Tuesday. I know that I'm usually here on Wednesdays, but actually next Wednesday I am moving. So I will not be on Instagram next Wednesday. I will be on Instagram next Tuesday. And on next Tuesday, hang on, I just need to check my content calendar. I don't want to say the wrong thing. We are going to be talking about, oh, ladies, this is a good one. Why follow, unfollow is damaging your brand. Follow, unfollow. Can I get a big thumbs down for that? All right. So that's what we're going to be talking about next Tuesday at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I will see you guys there. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I will put this on YouTube. If you're not a member of Style Collective, please make sure you check out the website and consider joining if you liked this Instagram Live. All right, I will see you guys next week. Bye.